the end of the day, he's not really, I mean, if you guys believe in monsters, then good for you, but he's not really a monster.
Welcome back. Today we introduce our Big Hitters series, where we analyze some of the biggest punchers to grace the sweet science of boxing. And where better to start than one of today's most vicious, well-rounded offensive fighters. A man who, after overcoming a Filipino legend in November, now looks set for superstardom in 2020.
Monster Inoue!
If you enjoy our content, press thumbs up and hit the notification bell to help the channel continue growing as we look at one of the most fearsome fighters of the modern era. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Time to survive in there for the old champion, who's acquitted himself so brilliantly. But is this the end? Check left hook now. He's hurt Inoue. What a fight, honestly.
If you didn't see it, you need to. The fight of the year collision between the Monster and the Flash that sounded like something straight out of a Marvel movie. And with the same drama, action, and excitement, it soared above and beyond all expectation.
Inoue rocked to his boots.
That's a lovely left to the body. Lovely shot.
And with credit to another hugely successful World Super Series, we saw the passing of the bantamweight torch from a legend and consummate professional to the hungry young champion. Now unified and a three-weight world champion, the 26-year-old has his mind set on greatness.
I will keep fighting, I'll get victorious, and I want to be the strongest of all time.
チャンスの時はもうやっぱりこう相手が倒れるまで、同じ遺伝子じゃないですけど、そういう気持ちが伝わって、こう一心同体っていう。
Making a monster doesn't come easy, though when you consider the ambition and commitment of his father Shingo, the rise of the Japanese superstar comes as no surprise. Obsessed with the sport himself, Shingo introduced his son to boxing at just 5 years old, and with a clear interest from day one, his subsequent path through the amateur ranks was inevitable. By his mid-teens, he was a nationally recognized amateur, already admired for his crippling power and killer instinct. Where knockouts in the amateur game are more difficult to come by, Naoya had amassed 48 in just 76 fights. Something that, considering the headgear, bigger gloves, and bouts being just 3 rounds long, spoke for itself. And so, just like the mastermind behind Ukraine's current pound-for-pound king, it was clear that the father-son duo moving into the professional game was a recipe for success.
If you're a gambling man, make a note of this young lad's name, Naoya Inoue of Japan, just 18 years of age.
Give me a second, I'm trying to select the appropriate weapon.
With his explosive style and airtight fundamentals, at 19 in his pro debut, Inoue hit the ground running, overcoming Filipino opponent Omeao with a shot that would quickly become his trademark punch. Japan is an island country, and so unlike your typical UK or US Olympians, any elite prospects are thrown straight in at the deep end. For Naoya, therefore, it was simply sink or swim. Just 8 fights in, and in exactly the same fashion, he knocked out 46-fight veteran Narvaez in just 2 rounds. Also, the first knockout loss for the Argentinian, cementing Inoue as one of the sport's fastest 2-weight world champions. At 21 years old, if things weren't already serious, they were now.
Naoya Inoue. He's a beast, man. He getting him out of there.
Anybody.
He's murking top-notch fighters. Yeah, I think we need to pay him a lot more attention.
It's a long road to the top.
The next 3 years saw all manner of violent endings, with Inoue growing more and more suited to his moniker, dubbed as boxing's most devastating puncher.
He's not even the biggest bantamweight. He's tiny, but he's not even stopping them on the feet. His last kick, he just poleaxed him and put him fast to sleep. That's unheard of at bantamweight.
One man, however, was less impressed.
Has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan, fighting guys that stand right in front of him. We're gonna make him fight, and we're gonna see if he really is what the hype is all about.
And in the Monster's first fight outside of Japan came his next big challenge against Antonio Neves in California.
Listen to the sound when those left-hand body shots land. That is a thud. You can hear that all over the arena here to let the American audience know, yes, I'm a star. I know I'm a star. Come to me. Come to me. I'm ready for the knockout right now. Ready to go to the body. Yep, there it is.
And where Neves simply didn't believe the hype until he felt it firsthand, he wasn't the only one.
Didn't know who he was?
I didn't. I still don't even know I can't pronounce his first name. I just call him Inoue, yeah. Got him van up way home and I just googled him on YouTube and thought, yeah, he's tasty, but I can beat him.
Stepping onto British soil to claim his... Next, eyeing up bigger challenges, came the World Super Series, a competition that continually pits the best against the best. In trademark style, Inoue announced himself to the tournament in the most spectacular 70-second fashion.
Majority decision.
Made up of 3 fights, the tournament would next see Naoya take on Manny Rodriguez, a slick, unbeaten Puerto Rican fighter, coming off some of his career best performances, who looked to finally put Inoue to the test.
Defend yourselves at all times, all right? Touch gloves. Keep it clean.
Edging a red-hot first round, Rodriguez looked comfortable. Inoue, however, had other plans.
That left hand is Harding Rodriguez. Good straight shot. Left hand there, just dumps Rodriguez. 2 minutes left in the round, down he goes again, and I'm sure that is going to...
A look of sheer hopelessness, which spoke 1,000 words. 3 knockdowns, and 60 seconds later, it was all over.
Devastating once again from Naoya Inoue.
Made it to the final of the World Boxing Super Series, where you'll fight for the Muhammad Ali Trophy against Nonito Donaire.
Installed as a 10-to-1 favorite to beat Donaire, the odds makers were extremely confident in Inoue's talent, even at elite level.
The fight for the Muhammad Ali Trophy is now!
The Filipino, on the other hand, was all too familiar with the big stage and ready for one last all-or-nothing hurrah.
If Nonito lands the left hook, Nonito could hurt him too.
And with his own patented left hook that actually broke Inoue's orbital bone, he ticked off the final box of the checklist, his chin.
Oh! Down to right hand from Nonito Donaire. Wow! Inoue rocked to his boots.
Unifying his second division at 19-0, Inoue now holds all the cards. And now fighting under one of America's biggest promotional banners, his obsession for greatness nears reality.
Most dangerous for me was that body shot. That one hurt. That one hurt a lot.
Amongst a few names in the running for a 2020 fight, one for the fans stands out in particular.
Bandera!
Trained by Freddie Roach, an aggressive, unbeaten Mexican fighter with exceptional power of his own, Luis Neary.
Oh! Arroyo again!
To get exposed in his last fight against Donaire, I think we can knock him out. So Bob Arum, make that fight.
Another huge fight that divides the fans, and better still, the Mexican fighter is willing, ready, and backs himself with the utmost confidence.
It doesn't matter when it is. He really doesn't know. I don't have a time, but if they told me to fight with him Saturday, I will fight with him Saturday.
I'm ready.
A collision that would see the winner crowned as bantamweight's very best.
He will win titles again, but when you run into an absolute force, I mean, you talk about that power, this guy's Fukushima. He is radioactive.
Some fighters pass the eye test, and some build excellent resumes. Naoya Inoue possesses both qualities. And just like many special fighters that came before him, his rise in competition has been met with unwavering composure.
It's going to take a hell of a fighter to stop this guy. Does he have an X factor? He's got several X factors as far as I'm concerned.
Savage simplicity and effortless style combined with pinpoint accuracy and crunching power. With balance that allows him to generate knockout force with a straight punch, a hook, or an uppercut, and a boxing IQ that lures his opponents into perfect position for him to land it.
I don't care who you are, who you're fighting, where you've been brought up. Learn to throw the left hook to the body. It will win you more fights than any other weapon.
With his ferocity and bad intentions, his nickname, The Monster, has become one of the most apt aliases in the sport. Though it's even more frightening to think that this 26-year-old Japanese wrecking ball might only just be getting warmed up.
Well, the talk is true, the talk is real. He is a monster.
Place the shoes on a flat surface. Let the laces fall to either side of the shoe. Tie a basic knot. Make a loop with one of the laces. Use your other hand to wrap the other lace around the loop. Pull the shoelace through the hole to form another loop. Hold both loops and pull them in opposite directions. Then hang on tight as we tackle advanced string theory and particle physics in the next Motivedia University.